Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Divinely Crowned Conversations podcast. I am your girl, Davina, aka Miss Divine, and I am so excited that you decided to tune into this week's episode. I might be this week's. I don't know. I'm still figuring this out, guys. Everybody, like when I'm gonna post. But either way, welcome to the episode number two. Finally, if you follow me on social media, you know that your girl has been busy. Okay. I have been so busy. I just finished my very first event. Oh my God. I'm looking at myself in this screen and it looks like I have a black eye, which I do not because I don't play that. But I think it's my eyeliner that's like running, but and the lighting in here is not the greatest. But either way, so before I even get into that part, actually, yeah, before I get into everything, I am using a new system called StreamYard where I am able to record my videos live or I hope this isn't super live, but if it is, y'all see me out there. This is how much I'm still learning this. But either way, yeah, so I have so much to talk about, I feel like. And now that I'm talking, I'm like, yeah, I have a lot to talk about. So either way, yes, I just finished up my first event for my business, for my brand. So I had launched my podcast in September on my birthday, which was the 23rd of September. And then I launched my first episode and then I got busy, real busy finishing up because my event was October 15th. So it was like a few weeks after my birthday when I launched this and it was just a lot. So either way, I am finally kind of off of that adrenaline rush from my event and just trying to get things back in order. I know from the first episode, I told you guys I am a mom. So just getting my house back in order, getting my mind back in order, everything. And I'm like, okay, it's finally time to start doing Divinely Crowned Conversations again. And talk to the people that want to talk to you. So yeah, like I said, I am now recording this live. It might be pre-recorded sometimes. I might be Facebook and YouTube live at sometimes, but I'm excited. I'm using this platform called StreamYard and I'm just going to try to figure this all out. But yeah, so you will now be able to find Divinely Crowned Conversations on Facebook, on YouTube, on Spotify, on the Anchor website app. And as of today, which is October, I don't know what today is, October 28th, you are now able to find this podcast on Apple Podcasts, which is normally what I use to listen to podcasts. So I'm pretty excited that we now on Apple stuff because I love me some Apple. I used to be an Android person and like growing up and I'm like I'm never getting Apple and now I love Apple. I have AirPods, I have a MacBook, I have an Apple Watch and I have an iPhone obviously. So I am an Apple queen and I love it here. But either way, so today, I kind of just wanted to give a recap of my first episode, but I also wanted to just talk. I have some things on my heart and on my mind I want to share. And so I'm going to do them today. But either way, so yeah. So recap from last time. If you heard my first episode, the audio was trash. And I'm going to just say it like that. The audio was really trash and I was not happy with it, but I was like, okay, I can try to do this over or I can just be honest and just trust the process of the fact that like I'm going to get better and just launch it, which the feedback was, "Oh, this is great. You're just audio. What are you recording on?" So, shout out to those who gave me that feedback. Like, you got to get your audio under control so we can hear you better. And you got a good voice, so we need to hear you. I appreciate it so much. Let me put this chapstick on because I feel like I'm like, it's a Friday and your girl's been a little overwhelmed. So I am not, I don't know. I'm looking a little tired right now. So if you watch this on video and not just listen, um, it is what it is. This is me. Welcome. You don't know what you're gonna see when I'm recording these podcasts. I might be beat to the gods, or I just might look like a tired mama. But listen, this podcast is all about being real, honest, open, transparent, and authentic. And you gonna get what you get. And I hope you appreciate it. But yeah, so yeah, a recap from last time. Welcome. This is the Divinely Crowned Conversations podcast where you are getting ready to get a little bit of everything from me. I just started reaching out to some queens that I would love to interview. So I definitely want to make this a podcast where I am interacting with other people and having intimate conversations with them and getting their views and hearing their stories. If you know me by now, if you follow me, and if you're even new, you know my heart is for people. My heart is for people. I love to have conversations. I love to hear people's stories. And I always like to say, which I'm trying to get out of and transition out of saying, but I've always been inspired by like Oprah and been like, I'm going to be like her one day and have these really intimate, good conversations with people, life changing and impactful conversations. And I feel like I'm finally doing that. So, you will hear about that on here. You will hear people, and I have some queens lined up that I'm so excited to interview and just um get them highlighted, hear their perspectives, hear their life stories, and see how we can build this queendom. I am definitely all about just encouraging and lifting up people, and women is my passion. I love me some women. I'm a woman's woman. So I definitely like just want to have conversations. I know there's so many women out there that want their voices to be heard and don't know how to do that all the time. And I want this to be a platform where they feel safe enough to do that. I do my best. I'm not perfect. I'm a human, okay? And I'm still learning as well, but I always try to meet people where they're at. I always try to do my best to understand people. I'm not perfect at it, guys. I'm still working at it all the time, but I do always try to, be meet people as at where they're at as much as possible, within reason, because there's things that I definitely feel like, wait, I have feelings too, or I have something to say too. But either way, this is the platform I want people to feel safe talking about things, and using their voices. There are women I've reached out to that are like, oh my gosh, you know, I have a story and I've been wanting to get it out, or I've had things I want to say and I want to get them out. So, yes, thank you for having me. And then there are others that are nervous but know they have a voice. And I just want to be the reason. I want to be a support in that. I don't want to say I'd be the reason, because I think everybody has something in them that it just takes some encouragement. And so I want to be that support for women, to be able to just finally spread their wings and open their voices. So I might be all around with this conversation. And but we're gonna get to where we need to get to. But yeah, so also this podcast, just like today, I'm by myself doing this. Sometimes it might be like that. Sometimes I might just get on here like, hey, I have something I need to say. I need to get off my chest. I have something that I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm gonna say it. Or just eventually tell my story, because I do have a story. And sometimes I just, I want to get it out. I still have things that I'm not ready to say yet, but I'm getting there. And I know that, my testimony, yeah, I maybe I don't have like this huge, like traumatic things that I went through, but I did go through stuff and I'm learning to heal from it. I've healed from it. And I just want to be a living testimony to others that may be going through things. Um, so you never know what we'll talk about on here, to be honest. I don't know. I'm all about like just letting things flow when it comes to conversation. I'm not always perfect at it either, but I just I just am doing my best out here, y'all. Out here in these streets, okay? If nothing else, I'm gonna crack myself up, even if I don't crack anybody else up. But I don't know. As I go on, I will probably say more things or think of something else to say. But today I was actually at my co-working space, which is where I record this podcast. And I was just thinking of some stuff. So I just wanted to share because I feel like maybe this is something that will help somebody else or somebody else can resonate with. But either way, um, like I said, I just got done with an event, and through that event, there was a lot. And God, you guys, sometimes I might even cry on here because I am an emotional person. So if I do cry, just, leave a comment and tell me you're thinking about me. But yeah. But either way, so like leading up into my event and just posting and planning and all this stuff, I was like, listen, guys, like I put my whole heart into this. I put my whole everything into this. And I really did. I really, really did. I really put my whole heart into the event that I did. And for those who don't know, because I know there are people that don't know about my event, but my event was called a Sip and Slay Soiree. And it was pretty much an event. It was a networking event, cocktail party, and fashion show where the guests were the models all in one. And it was just my vision was to just bring people together in a different light, in a different atmosphere, for people to have a good time and just let go, even for just a night. And so it went amazing. That was, like I said, October 15th. I did that. And I still to this day, which is October 28th, people are still posting, talking, asking when the next one is, and things like that. And I'm like, wow. Like, I understood the assignment. Like, literally, like, I understood the assignment. And so, um, it's been an honor to see everybody's responses and everybody's feedback. And literally, when I tell y'all every last detail that I wanted during this event, it all happened. I had a purple carpet, which if you know, that's all the brand is, royalty with the purple. So I had a purple carpet when my guests walked in. I wanted them to feel like royalty. I had a backdrop with the divinely crowned neon light that people can just come and take pictures. I had three caterers, three, because if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be extra. I had three caterers with amazing food, including vegan food, which I have people close to me that are vegan. I know people that are vegetarian and just really even watching their health. So I just wanted to make sure I was catering to everybody at this event, as much people as I could. I had, it was open bar. There was beer, there was wine, there was two signature divinely crowned cocktails. I sold my merchandise, which you can buy too. Shameless plug, not shameless plug because this is my podcast, but I even had like my merch. I had raffles because I love raffles. So you'll probably see some type of raffle at every one of my events because I love raffles. Who doesn't want to win something, especially when it's good stuff? Like I had one self-care basket and then one basket that was donated. To me, sponsored for the event. I had a dope DJ. Shout out to my sis Jaleisha, who was amazing. She is a Black female DJ who did come out of retirement for me, which I appreciated. I like definitely cried. I definitely cried when she said yes and was like, listen, because of who you are and I know you, like, yes, I will do it for you. But I ain't coming out of retirement all like that. So I was like, okay, okay, thank you. Like, listen, I was so emotional. Um, I had the 360 photo booth, which I used to see like those out of town, like on social media. And so when my girl Treasure, who now she just rebranded and it's Motion Memories, I believe that's what it's called. But she definitely was a great added bonus to the event. People loved it. I loved it. I wish I would have got on more, but I didn't because I was all over the place that night, guys, like all over the place. But she was there. We had conversation starters on the table with chocolate, and I had Jenga and Connect Four. Like it was the most random but fun like vibe ever. And then it was at my cousin's boutique, which is a luxury vintage boutique called She Vintage. So it just was vibes. It was vibes. Like I didn't know I could do vibes like that, to be honest. Like I was so impressed with myself. It's not even funny. But I also had a photographer and a videographer because I was like, listen, we are going to capture this moment. Like we are going to make sure that people understand when I said this is a dope event, this was a dope event and everybody said it was. So I just love capturing that stuff too and just being able to look back at it. So I had a videographer and a photographer there. And just everything was everything. I had my siblings there. I had my squad, my really close people there. Um, I had I had guests that like I grew up, I was a little girl and they knew me. Like it was a great experience. But I poured out so much of myself. I poured out so much of myself onto that to the point where I'm like, okay, now I'm emotional because I'm drained. But I know I got to keep pushing. You know, I've even had a friend like, you can't stop, you can't stop. And like, not just one friend, but like multiple people have been like, you can't stop. Like, people need somebody like you. And I'm just like, but I'm tired, guys. Like, I'm drained. Like, I need a hug. I need a vacation. I need something. I'm not okay right now. Because I have poured out so much of myself and I need a refill. So, yeah. So, as I was thinking today, I'm sorry if I'm rumbling, but listen, it's going to get where it needs to get. And I think that even this recapping the event for you to hear is a good thing. So, either way, I was just thinking today about how there is power in your vulnerability. I will speak from experience that a lot of people sometimes look at me as, and I believe I am. I shouldn't just say a lot of people, but I am this very powerful woman. And I do believe that. I believe so many things about me that are being revealed as I'm growing my brand. And sometimes I feel as though um, I'm not allowed to be vulnerable or weak or show any type of emotion other than being this powerful woman, this woman that is positive and is so inspiring to others. But I feel like sometimes I'm not allowed to be seen as vulnerable or like I'm not allowed to show emotions or feelings. And I had to tell myself today, and I think, and that, to be honest, I've had to tell myself this many other times, but now that I got this podcast, there's somebody else that needs to hear it too. So either way, I just had to remind myself today that Davina, it is okay to be vulnerable. There is power in being vulnerable. You are allowed to show emotion. You are allowed to feel certain things. You are allowed to feel drained. You are allowed to feel lonely, and you are allowed to feel tired. Um, but it's about what you do with it. It's about how you overcome it. It's about how you handle or take care of yourself when those times of vulnerability happen. And so I just like had to tell myself, like, girl, yes, you're powerful and you are going to continue to be powerful. You are going to continue to inspire everyone around you and make so many people's lives change. But it's okay if today or this week you didn't feel powerful, and you are allowed to be vulnerable and you are allowed to feel that and not feel like um it's not okay. We sometimes in this our culture are like, I don't know, and I shouldn't say that. Well, yeah, okay. In my culture, in our culture, I am a Black woman, and a lot of sometimes I will talk specifically as a Black woman, and I do feel like at times Black women are supposed to be this strong individuals that aren't allowed to have no type of feelings, and if they are, they're seen as, oh, was well, she should suck it up, and it's like, no, there is just as much power in being vulnerable as it is in strength. And I even had to tell my daughter this the other day because we were talking, and I think she asked me, well, why is it sometimes you tell me like to not cry and don't let people see you be weak? And I just was like, no, 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 she didn't say it like that. She said, why? Let me make sure I say it right. Because I don't want to be twisted up my baby's words. She said something along the lines of like, well, why do you tell me to be strong and don't let people see you cry? And so I had to backtrack because I'm like, first of all, Davina, you know you be crying all the time. So how you gonna tell your baby not to cry? But I think it was the situation. She goes through things at school because she's just like me. She has this big heart, and sometimes people take advantage of it and like one minute want to be her friend and the next minute don't. And she gets sad. And so I, being the mama bear that I am, I'm like, don't let them see you cry, like forget them and stuff like that. Because I went through that. I went through that at school too. But I also have to remember that she's sad because she knows her heart. She knows she has a big heart, and she just wants people to love her and to love on people. And when they don't do that, it sucks. And so I'm like, okay, baby, like, yes, you're right. You're allowed to cry, but I want you to know that you deserve, people in your life that, know how big of a heart you are and treat you right. So yeah, so I say that to say that like there is strength in your tears and your vulnerability because it shows that you're human. We have so many different emotions. Like a human is made up of so many different things. And so it's okay for you to let those vulnerable parts out of your life, like out of your body, out of your mind, out of your heart, and still be the strong, powerful queen you were destined to be. So I'm saying that for not just you, but for myself. I just want to just encourage you to allow yourself to feel everything you feel. And I do say that a lot. And you'll probably hear me say it again because I'm all about feelings. I know sometimes, even the Bible says to guard your heart. Um, and sometimes I'd be like, Lord, I feel like that is like not fair. I feel like that's not fair, God. But I get what he's saying, and I get the word when it says that, but um because it says guard your heart, for everything you do flows through it. And I get it. And you got to guard your heart. You got to be strong at times, but you're also allowed to be vulnerable. That's where I feel like I could go on and on. So but yeah, so yes, guard your heart. Be strong when you should be strong, but but it's okay when you need to not be strong. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel drained. It's okay to feel vulnerable and still be strong. And I'm glad I'm on this podcast by myself because I am looking at myself. I feel like I'm my own guest today. So welcome, Davina, to the Divinely Crowned Show. You guys, I hope that you're enjoying this. And I hope you do. Like, I'll be transparent that um I get nervous to do this stuff. Like, I know that I have so much wisdom, and I know that I have so much so much that I have to give to I have that I want to pour out to people. So I'm just on this journey. Like, journey has been one of my biggest words. Like, I'm on this journey of self-discovery. I'm on this journey of understanding life in its entirety. I'm on this journey of wanting to be more understanding of others, especially people close to me, and just everything. So I just want to show you guys like the real rawness of me, um, as I'm growing, as I'm learning, and as I'm teaching and supporting you guys. Like, I am a life coach as well. So, and I've learned a lot as to why life has taught me a lot. My situations in my life have taught me a lot. And I also feel like I was born to do what I'm doing right now. I genuinely and truly do. So I'm just like this open book a lot of times. So you really don't know what you're gonna get on this podcast with me, but I hope that you just stay tuned because I believe that this podcast is going to be very powerful and is going to help a lot of people, not just women. I even, like I said, I would love to have men on here and just kind of talk about their journeys as well. Like, so I'm ready to have these divinely crowned conversations, and I hope that if if nothing else, at least one person per episode is impacted in some way by what I say, by what is said on here. Um, and that it just inspires people to just keep growing, keep healing, keep being the royalty within themselves that I believe that we are. So a few things. I hope, yes, I hope you enjoyed this episode. A few things. So I just wanted to remind you of a few things. I said a few things like how many times? I said a few things a few times, but just remember to like this, subscribe to this podcast, to subscribe to Divinely Crowned on YouTube, follow Divinely Crowned on Facebook and on Instagram and on TikTok, as well as our website, which is www.divinelycrowned.com. If you don't know Divinely Crowned, and you can see it in this video, Divinely Crowned does not have an ed, it just has a d. So you can do the apostrophe d, and if that doesn't work, just do nd. I'm gonna get better at saying that or like explaining that so it runs smoother. But listen, we are learning and we are growing, and this is all about trial and error. Um, Also, like I said, I am a life coach. So if you are in need of life coaching services, specifically, but not limited to, confidence coaching and style coaching. One of my biggest things is I am a confidence coach. I've been working with two different um, clients lately. One is local and one is not even in my city, which, hey, I'm trying to touch the world, not just my city. But it's geared towards just finding your voice, being confident in who you are, being confident in the roles that you're in your life. I feel like, I believe, I should say, that you have to have confidence to do a lot of things. And so sometimes that's hard. Like, I grew up without any confidence. I had very low self-esteem. So I definitely just as I'm learning and still learning to this day how to be more confident in who I am in all aspects of my life. I am on the journey and I'm on the mission to do the same for others because when you have confidence, first of all, it's my favorite accessory. Confidence is my favorite accessory. But when you have confidence, you can do imaginable things. I think I said that right. But either way, you can just do so much when you have confidence. Like you literally like sometimes like when my confidence is at an all-time high, I feel like I can take over the world. Like I'm really serious. Like I feel like I could literally take over the world. So I just want people to feel the same because in this day and age, you deserve to have confidence in this day and age of so many different voices saying so many different things. You deserve to have confidence to be able to stand up for yourself, use your no's, use your yeses, and feel confident in every aspect of your life, like I said. So, yes. So, services are available. I am planning my next event for those who are in the Erie area. So, um, 2023 is about to be real divinely crowned entertainment. I don't know. Listen, I'm an LLC right now, but listen, Divinely Crown is going to be, and you heard it here, right on this podcast, on episode 2 of the Divinely Crown Conversations podcast. You heard it here that Divinely Crown is not only one day, it's going to be not an LLC, but it's going to be a corporation. So just get ready because literally I have so many layers. I was just talking to my business coach today, like, I don't even know what my main thing is anymore. Like everything I've wanted to do in my life, like those things that I really was like, oh, I wish I could do it. I'm like starting to do them. And so the sky is not even the limit. But let me get off this. I appreciate you for, sticking around. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Gosh, you guys, I'm gonna get used to this. So just bear with me. Give me a few episodes and I'm gonna be just flowing. But either way, there is a part on this set of this. There is a part on each podcast episode that I would like to do called Dear Divine. So what Dear Divine would be is where my listeners or viewers can write in to Dear Divine at DivinelyCROWN'D.com and with questions. I would read them. I would pick one or two each time we are together or each episode, and I would read them anonymously, of course. Or you can just like use your first name or whatever. Like if you want to be known, so you know that like, oh, that's my question, but also you don't want people to know who you are, like you can do it anonymous. Excuse me. I will read it anonymously, period. Or if you tell me otherwise, like, no, I want you to say my name, then I will say your name. Like, say my name, say my name. Okay, a little bit Destiny's Child for you. But either way, but yeah, so if you write in with your questions to Dear Divine at DivinelyCROWN.com, I would love to, answer your questions. It could be life questions. It could be what is your favorite store to shop at? Anything like that you kind of want to get some advice on and wouldn't mind, hearing other people maybe who have the same type of questions as you. So write into Dear Divine at DivinelyCROWN.com. I will put that in the show notes for you, as well as all the links to my other platforms, and go from there. So I am going to launch this one soon. And then what I will do is like I said, I have some other I have some interviews lined up. I'm going to be reaching out to other people as well, just to get a lineup of interviews. So, and like I said, these will be posted live. These will be recorded, sometimes live, sometimes pre-recorded, and as much video content as I can. But you can also find audio wise too on Shopify. Oh my God, Spotify, Apple, and Anchor. Listen, y'all, when I tell y'all I'm new and this is just trial and error, like I was like, I'm not gonna come on here no more and try to just be this very super professional. Like this is my radio station. Okay. This is my podcast station, and you gonna get how you get it. But let me get off of this. Thank you to those who have tuned in this far. Thank you to those who are excited for this podcast. Thank you to those who have shared this podcast. Thank you. All of your support is truly appreciated. And it doesn't get taken for granted. Like, I genuinely appreciate everybody who supports me. Like, I do because, you guys are who keeps me going. So thank you so much. And until next time, I can't wait to see what's next. And I hope you guys remember that you are crowned for the queendom. Have a good day. Bye bye. Oh God. Guys, I just don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So have a good day. Listen, I'm gonna learn how to do this completely. But until then, yes, have a good day and enjoy. Mwah. Bye.